At this appeal hearing, the committee shall decide by majority vote, among other things, whether the recommended finding is supported by the evidence. Portland City Code 3.21.160 defines supported by the evidence as a finding regarding a complaint is supported by the evidence when a reasonable person could make the finding in light of the evidence, whether or not the reviewing body agrees with the finding. There can be several reasonable findings based on a certain body of evidence. You may think that one of the findings is better than another of the potential reasonable findings. However, the question the CRC must answer is whether or not the city's employees have made a reasoned decision and that there is a rational and logical connection between the recommended finding and the evidence in the record. The CRC has the following options available to it. The CRC can affirm the finding, meaning that it believes that a reasonable person can make the same decision based on the available information, whether or not the committee agrees with the decision, or it can challenge the finding, meaning that the committee believes a reasonable person would have reached a different finding based on the available information. The CRC can recommend debriefing as part of any challenge finding. There are 5 allegations before the CRC today. Allegation 1, Officer A's use of a control hold on appellant constituted unnecessary force. The police bureau's finding was exonerated. Allegation number 2, Officer A engaged in unprofessional conduct during his contact with appellant. The police bureau's finding was not sustained with debrief. Allegation 3, Officer A used profanity during his contact with appellant. The police bureau's finding was not sustained. Allegation 4, Officer B engaged in unprofessional conduct. The police bureau's finding was not sustained with debrief. Allegation 5, Officer B used inappropriate force when taking a suspect into custody. The finding by the police bureau was exonerated.
Do you want to go by each other?
Sure, I think that might make sense now. So, allegation 1, which was Officer A's use of a control hold on the appellant constituted unnecessary force in the finding of
Well, I'll share my thoughts on that. I think going back to a comment that Commander Westbrook made at the beginning of kind of speaking and saying that because of the way it was written, she chose exonerated as opposed to not sustained, and explained how not sustained could have been relevant. My perception of this is I think that, you know, the way it's written isn't as important to me. If it was a control hold by the officer, that's one version. It sounds like the other version is a push or a shove. You know, so I would lean more towards not sustained, because I think the question is if a control hold was even used or if it was a push. I don't think there's enough evidence to go either way. Which is why I feel like not sustained to me feels a little more relevant. So that's my personal.
I'd like to ask the sorry, for this control hold push wording mess, but I feel like off the top of my head, but your statement was something like, you pushed me, well, not pushed, you really pushed it. I just didn't find to fully wrap my mind around, you know, was there like a shove off, or was it that you were moving from one to the other? I thought it was